Have you ever swallowed a vitamin pill, believing it's the key to staying healthy, only to wonder if it could be silently harming your brain? As a neurologist, I've seen countless seniors suffer devastating strokes, not from poor lifestyle choices or accidents, but from the very supplements they trusted to keep them strong. In this video, I'm exposing the shocking truth about 5 common vitamins that could quietly increase your risk of brain bleeds, blood clots, or sudden blood pressure spikes, especially if you're over 60. From vitamin D to niacin, these hidden dangers could be lurking in your daily routine, threatening your independence and vitality. You need to watch this video until the end because understanding these risks could be the difference between a vibrant, active life and a life-changing stroke. I'll share real patient stories, like that of a retired veteran whose well-intentioned supplement habit triggered a medical emergency, and a teacher whose pursuit of sharper vision led to dangerous brain pressure. Backed by science, you'll learn how these vitamins can turn from heroes to saboteurs and discover practical, safer ways to protect your brain health through diet and awareness. By staying with me, you'll gain critical insights to avoid costly mistakes, safeguard your memory, and maintain your independence. Don't miss the chance to empower yourself with knowledge that could save your future. Like, subscribe, and let's dive into protecting your brain, starting now. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Vitamin D, the sunshine pill that could turn deadly overnight. Vitamin D, often hailed as the sunshine vitamin and lovingly called the sunshine pill, is widely celebrated for its remarkable benefits. It promises strong bones, a brighter mood, a resilient immune system, and, for many seniors, it feels like a daily ticket to better health and longevity. We hear the praises everywhere, from doctors to wellness blogs, encouraging us to embrace it as a must-have supplement. Yet, behind this sunny reputation lies a hidden danger that many, especially older adults, remain painfully unaware of. Vitamin D, when taken too much or at the wrong time, can quietly turn from a guardian angel into a silent, deadly threat. It can wreak havoc inside the body, causing devastating events like a stroke to strike while you peacefully sleep. Let me tell you about Mr. John Miller, a man whose story haunts me to this day. A 72-year-old retired Air Force veteran from Texas, John was the very image of health and vitality for his age. Sharp-minded, active, and disciplined, traits honed from decades of military service, he was meticulous about his health. Every morning, like clockwork, he took his supplements, including a hefty dose of vitamin D. At 10,000 IU daily, John believed he was doing everything right, reinforcing his bones, shielding himself from illness, and investing in his future. The more the better, he'd say with a confident smile, a phrase I've heard too often from well-meaning seniors who believe vitamins are harmless, even if taken in large amounts. What John didn't know, what so many don't realize, is that this well-intentioned habit was setting a silent trap. One cold morning, his wife found him in bed, confused and unable to speak clearly, his right arm limp and useless. Panic surged as paramedics rushed him to the hospital. The diagnosis was shattering: a stroke caused by a dangerous spike in calcium levels, hypercalcemia. His arteries had hardened and narrowed from calcium deposits, blood pressure wildly fluctuated, and the delicate vessels in his brain were under unbearable strain. The hidden villain? Excessive vitamin D. Here's how this tragedy unfolds inside the body. Vitamin D's key job is to boost calcium absorption from the digestive tract, a process vital for keeping bones strong and teeth healthy. But when taken in excess, especially without close medical supervision, the body absorbs far more calcium than it can handle. That surplus calcium doesn't simply vanish. It accumulates in soft tissues, including the walls of blood vessels. Over time, these deposits harden, causing arteries to become stiff and narrow, a condition known as vascular calcification. This is especially perilous in the brain. When arteries there become rigid or blocked by calcium buildup, blood flow is restricted or cut off entirely, leading to ischemic strokes, sudden, life-altering events that can steal your speech, movement, or memory. For seniors, the risk is even greater. Aging arteries lose elasticity naturally, and many older adults battle dehydration, compromised kidney function, or take medications that affect calcium balance. Taking high-dose vitamin D at night can make matters worse. As we sleep, our metabolism slows, and calcium levels can spike unchecked, lacking the daytime activities and hydration that help keep it balanced. This perfect storm, hardened arteries, elevated calcium, and silent clot formation, can strike without warning, turning peaceful nights into medical emergencies. What frightens me most is how common this mistake is. Over-the-counter vitamin D supplements in the US often come in doses ranging from 5,000 to 20,000 IU per pill, dangerously high for most seniors. The National Institutes of Health recommends only 600 to 800 IU daily for adults over 70, with a safe upper limit of 4,000 IU. Yet, research shows even 2,000 IU daily can trigger toxicity in some older adults, especially those who aren't deficient or who combine vitamin D with calcium supplements. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism revealed that long-term high-dose vitamin D use increased the risks of hypercalcemia and cardiovascular problems among older populations. John Miller's story ended with a bitter mix of hope and loss. Intensive medical treatment restored some of his abilities, but his speech remained slurred, and he now depends on a walker. The price for his unintentional overdose was steep: his independence, his freedom to enjoy simple pleasures like gardening with his wife, all compromised. Sadly, John's case is not unique. I've met countless seniors who, thinking they were doing the right thing, unknowingly placed themselves in danger, blinded by the assumption that vitamins are always safe. So, what can you do to protect yourself? First, check your vitamin D levels with a simple blood test called 25-hydroxy-vitamin D. Your ideal range is generally between 30 and 50 nanograms per milliliter. Levels above 100 nanograms per milliliter are toxic and must be avoided. Take your supplements wisely. Stick between 600 and 2,000 IU daily unless your doctor advises otherwise. If you are deficient, your healthcare provider might recommend a short-term higher dose, but never self-prescribe megadoses. Timing matters, too. Taking vitamin D in the morning with food helps absorption and minimizes dangerous calcium spikes during sleep. And always discuss any supplements with your doctor, especially if you take calcium, diuretics, or heart medications, as these can interact dangerously. Don't forget hydration. Drinking enough water supports your kidneys in managing calcium levels and lowers toxicity risks. I share John's story because it's a stark reminder. Even the gentlest health habits can turn deadly without knowledge and care. Vitamin D can be your sunshine and shield, but only if treated with respect and caution. Please, cherish your health, ask questions, and be vigilant. Your life, and your loved ones, depend on it. 2. Vitamin E, the heart-healthy supplement that can trigger a brain hemorrhage. Vitamin E, often hailed as the miracle supplement for heart health, glowing skin, and a strong immune system, holds a special place in many seniors' daily routines. Advertised as a natural, gentle way to boost circulation and protect against memory loss, it's easy to see why so many older adults trust it wholeheartedly. But here's a harsh truth that many don't realize, especially those over 65. Vitamin E can quietly turn into a dangerous enemy, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode, especially if you're taking blood thinners or dealing with high blood pressure. This isn't just medical jargon. It's a reality that can shatter lives. Lives like Mrs. Margaret Evans from Florida. She's an 83-year-old retired teacher, a woman full of life, sharp wit, and a deep love for books. Mrs. Evans was always careful with her health. She managed a heart valve condition with warfarin, a blood thinner prescribed by her trusted cardiologist, and she felt stable, safe. But then she read an article in a health magazine, one of those that promise you the world, claiming vitamin E could help her memory and circulation. She thought, why not? It was just a vitamin, after all. She didn't even tell her doctor she started taking an 800 IU vitamin E supplement daily. Just 3 weeks later, everything changed. Mrs. Evans woke up one morning with an unbearable headache, nausea, and sudden confusion. Her daughter, panicked and desperate, called 911. At the emergency room, doctors ran a brain scan and delivered the devastating news: a hemorrhagic stroke. Blood was leaking inside her brain. It wasn't caused by an accident or uncontrolled blood pressure. It was the deadly combination of her blood thinner and high-dose vitamin E that had pushed her blood's clotting ability too far. A fragile blood vessel in her brain gave way. The science behind this is heartbreaking but important to understand. Vitamin E, particularly in its alpha-tocopherol form, naturally thins your blood. It's an anticoagulant. In small amounts, that helps your heart by preventing harmful clots. But when combined with powerful blood thinners like warfarin, aspirin, or newer drugs like Eliquis, it can dangerously tip the scales. Aging blood vessels, already worn thin from decades of life, become fragile and prone to rupture under this double strain. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Studies back this up. In 2020, research published in Stroke showed that seniors on anticoagulants who took high doses of vitamin E were 20% more likely to suffer from hemorrhagic strokes. The consequences? Catastrophic. Unlike ischemic strokes that block blood flow, hemorrhagic strokes flood the brain with blood, causing crushing pressure that can destroy neurons and impair vital functions like speaking, moving, or remembering. Mrs. Evans now lives with partial paralysis and struggles to remember things she once knew so well. She uses a walker to move around and mourns the loss of the simple joy of reading books that once filled her days. "I just wanted to stay sharp," she told me, her voice breaking with emotion. "I never imagined a vitamin could cause something so terrible." What makes this even more alarming is the supplement industry itself. Many over-the-counter vitamin E capsules come loaded with 200 to 1000 IU, wildly surpassing the safe daily intake of 15 milligrams, about 22 IU, recommended for adults. Seniors, already vulnerable with delicate vessels and complex medication routines, face a hidden threat in what seems like a harmless pill. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Medicine confirmed this, linking high vitamin E intake with increased bleeding risk in older adults on blood thinners. So, what can you do to protect yourself? First, always consult your doctor. Never start vitamin E supplements if you're on warfarin, Eliquis, aspirin, or have high blood pressure without medical approval. Second, focus on food sources. Nuts, seeds, spinach, and avocados provide vitamin E naturally and in safe amounts. Third, read labels carefully. Avoid supplements with doses over 100 IU unless prescribed, and watch out for hidden vitamin E in multivitamins. Fourth, stay alert for warning signs. Easy bruising, nosebleeds, or dark stools require immediate medical attention. Lastly, if you do take vitamin E, ask your doctor about regular blood tests to monitor how well your blood is clotting. If you've stayed with me through this video and found these warnings helpful, please type number 1 in the comments below so I know you're still here. Your time is precious, and I thank you deeply for spending it learning something that could save your life or the life of someone you love. 3. Vitamin B6, the nerve helper that can slowly rob you of balance and brain control. Vitamin B6, often hailed as the nerve helper, the brain booster, the miracle vitamin, can, ironically, become a silent thief in your life, slowly stealing your balance and control over your own body. If you're over 60, you've probably heard how vital B6, also known as pyridoxine, is for energy, nerve health, and even maintaining sharp cognitive function. It's a beloved staple in countless senior multivitamins and brain health supplements. Marketed as a safe, natural way to fight fatigue and soothe tingling nerves. It's easy to trust these promises because we all want to age with grace, clarity, and vitality. But here's the heartbreaking truth. What nobody talks about openly is how excessive vitamin B6 intake can cause devastating nerve damage. This damage creeps in quietly, gradually robbing people of their independence, their confidence, and ultimately, their safety. I have seen it firsthand in my medical practice, and it's a reality that needs to be shared, especially with those of us who are getting older and more vulnerable. Let me tell you about Mr. Robert Hayes. A strong, independent 74-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio, Robert was a man who took pride in his self-reliance. He cherished his long walks around the neighborhood and found joy in restoring his vintage car, things that gave his life meaning and kept his spirit alive. But about a year ago, Robert began to notice something unsettling, a creeping numbness in his feet and an odd pins and needles sensation in his hands. Like many, he shrugged it off as just getting old. Who wouldn't? We all expect some wear and tear with time. But then came the falls, first a stumble over a rug, then a slip in his bathroom. The fear of losing control began to settle in. After a particularly serious fall left him with a mild concussion, Robert finally sought help. When I went over his supplements, one thing jumped out, a nerve support vitamin he'd been taking religiously every day for over a year, containing a staggering 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 per tablet. To make matters worse, he was doubling the dose, thinking more meant better energy and faster healing. This dangerous overconsumption had caused chronic vitamin B6 toxicity, silently damaging his peripheral nerves. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that flush out, vitamin B6 can build up inside your nervous system. Over time, these high doses can erode the myelin sheath, the vital protective coating around nerves, leading to peripheral neuropathy. This condition shows up as numbness, tingling, muscle weakness, tremors, and the terrifying loss of balance. For seniors like Robert, the consequences are profound. Peripheral neuropathy can mimic serious neurological diseases like early dementia or Parkinson's, often causing confusion and misdiagnosis. According to a 2021 study published in Neurology, doses over 50 milligrams a day increased the risk of neuropathy in older adults by 2.5 times. Aging nerves are fragile, and with diminished kidney function in many seniors, clearing excess B6 becomes even harder. Symptoms sneak up slowly, disguised as normal aging or arthritis, until a dangerous fall or injury forces a harsh awakening. Robert's life changed dramatically. He could no longer drive safely and now relies on a cane for stability. "I thought I was doing something good for my brain and body," he confessed, his voice heavy with regret. "Instead, I was poisoning myself." His story is a painful reminder that vitamins, often seen as harmless, can become harmful, especially when taken without proper guidance. The supplement industry doesn't make this easier. Many popular brain and nerve support products contain 50 to 200 milligrams of B6 per dose, far exceeding the safe limits of 1.7 to 2 milligrams daily recommended for seniors, or up to 10 milligrams only under medical supervision. A 2023 review in the Journal of Nutrition found that more than 20% of older adults taking B6 supplements unknowingly exceed safe levels. So, what can you do to protect yourself? First, be aware. Check the labels on every multivitamin, energy drink, or nerve support product you take. Even 20 milligrams daily over time can pose risks. Prioritize getting your vitamin B6 naturally from food sources, bananas, chickpeas, salmon, where doses are gentle, about 0.5 to 1 milligram per serving. Listen to your body. If you notice numbness, tingling, or balance problems, don't ignore them. Seek medical advice and review your supplements. If you suspect vitamin B6 toxicity, a simple blood test can measure pyridoxine levels. Normal ranges are 5 to 50 micrograms per liter. If you're taking high doses, stop under your doctor's supervision and watch for gradual symptom improvement, though it can take months. Unfortunately, some damage, like Robert's, may never fully heal, but halting the toxicity prevents further harm. Robert's experience is a powerful lesson. Vitamins are not always innocent, especially in our golden years. If this revelation surprises you, brace yourself. There's another popular eyesight vitamin that can dangerously raise pressure inside your brain. But that's a story for another time. For vitamin A, the vision booster that can secretly build pressure inside your brain. Vitamin A, often hailed as the vision booster and a staple in many health regimens, hides a secret danger that few talk about, especially among older adults. We all have heard the comforting messages. Vitamin A is essential for sharp eyesight, a strong immune system, and glowing skin. It sounds innocent, even beneficial, right? But beneath this reassuring exterior lies a risk that can quietly creep up, building dangerous pressure inside your brain without you even realizing it. I still vividly remember Miss Evelyn Carter, a kind-hearted 77-year-old retired music teacher from Washington. She was someone who had dedicated her life to nurturing others, teaching melodies that touched souls, and living independently with grace. But one day, that life was overshadowed by a terrifying ordeal. For weeks, Evelyn struggled with headaches that refused to fade, blurred vision that clouded her world, and dizziness that made even standing feel like a challenge. At first, her worried family feared it might be the early signs of dementia, a cruel thief of memories and independence. But when Evelyn began slurring her words and losing her balance, their fear grew darker. Was this a stroke? The MRI scan was a harsh relief. It showed no stroke, no bleeding in the brain. But it revealed something equally frightening: elevated pressure inside her skull. Her spinal fluid was congested, pressing relentlessly on delicate brain veins. The cause? Not a tumor, not an injury, but something surprisingly mundane. The vitamin A supplement she had been faithfully taking every day for years, hoping to keep her skin radiant and eyes sharp. This is the hidden trap with vitamin A. Unlike water-soluble vitamins such as C or B-complex, vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means it lingers, accumulating in the liver, tissues, and over time, even in the brain. For seniors like Evelyn, this becomes especially dangerous because our liver's ability to process and clear excess vitamin A slows down naturally with age. What most people don't realize is that many multivitamins already contain a full day's worth of vitamin A, so adding extra supplements can push levels into a harmful zone without any immediate warning. Excess vitamin A, particularly in the retinol form found in many over-the-counter supplements, can lead to a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, literally a false brain tumor. Its symptoms eerily mimic a stroke: relentless headaches, blurred or double vision, nausea, dizziness, and in the worst cases, permanent vision loss or even cognitive decline. When I asked Evelyn how much vitamin A she had been taking daily, her answer stopped me cold. Nearly 10,000 IU every day for over 5 years. No healthcare provider had ever warned her about the risks. To her, it was just a harmless vitamin, a small step toward aging gracefully. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now, months later, Evelyn is still fighting to regain her balance. She requires regular eye exams and pressure checks, and her independence, the thing she cherished most, is still fragile. Her confidence has taken a hit, replaced by a fear that no one ever talks about. The terrifying feeling of your own body and mind betraying you, all because of something you trusted to keep you healthy. For older adults, the safe upper limit for vitamin A is around 2,500 IU daily, and only under medical supervision. Anything beyond that, especially over the years, demands careful monitoring. So before you reach for that next anti-aging or vision-enhancing supplement, I urge you to pause. Ask yourself, do you truly know what's inside that pill? Do you need it? And most importantly, is your brain quietly paying the price for it? Because while vitamin A can brighten your sight, it can also blur the very future you are trying so hard to protect. And if this gives you pause, just wait. There are other hidden vitamins in heart medications and common cereals that can suddenly spike your blood pressure and cause dangerous spasms in the delicate vessels of your brain. The path to health isn't always clear, but staying informed and cautious can protect you from invisible threats lurking in the most unexpected places. 5. Niacin, the cholesterol vitamin that can quietly spike your blood pressure and strain your brain. Now, let's talk about vitamin A, a nutrient that enjoys an almost legendary reputation in the world of health and wellness. It's often celebrated as a cornerstone of well-being, credited with sharpening eyesight, boosting immune defenses, and giving skin that healthy, radiant glow we all desire. For many, especially older adults striving to maintain vitality, vitamin A feels like a safe and almost virtuous ally. It's easy to understand why so many seniors embrace it wholeheartedly, trusting supplements or fortified foods as a key to graceful aging. But, as with so many things in life, what seems harmless can carry hidden dangers. Beneath the gleaming surface of this good vitamin lurks a lesser-known but very real risk. Excessive vitamin A can accumulate silently and steadily within the body, often going unnoticed until it begins to manifest in alarming ways. For older adults, whose bodies are already navigating the delicate complexities of aging, this risk is not only under-discussed but alarmingly present. It can quietly increase pressure inside the skull, something called intracranial hypertension, and in severe cases, mimic terrifying, life-threatening conditions such as strokes or brain tumors. I can't help but recall Miss Clara Thompson's story, a 77-year-old retired piano teacher from Seattle, Washington, whose journey brought this hidden peril painfully into the light. Clara was a woman full of life, known for her sparkling wit and deep love for music and her students. She had always taken care of herself, doing everything she thought was right to stay healthy and vibrant. But when she walked into my clinic, she was a shadow of her former self, grappling with weeks of relentless headaches, blurry vision, and dizzy spells that made even walking a challenge. Her family's worry was palpable, the fear that something was wrong shadowing their every move. At first, everyone whispered about dementia, the cruel thief of memories so often feared in old age. But as her symptoms worsened, with slurred speech and staggering balance, panic grew. Was it a stroke? Time was of the essence. We rushed her for an MRI, expecting to find the expected, a clot, a bleed, some sign of damage. Instead, the scan revealed no stroke at all, but something just as concerning, dangerously high pressure inside her skull, squeezing her brain, a condition called elevated intracranial pressure. A spinal tap confirmed the truth. The fluid cushioning her brain was trapped, pressing on delicate vessels and nerves. But there was no tumor, no injury. The mystery deepened until we uncovered the overlooked cause. For over 5 years, Clara had been taking a popular supplement touted to improve skin and eye health, one she'd carefully selected herself from a trusted health store. The label promised all the things she desired: better vision, graceful aging, and she had placed complete faith in it. When I gently inquired about her dosage, her eyes widened in surprise. Nearly 10,000 international units of vitamin A daily, more than 3 times the recommended limit for someone her age. No doctor had ever warned her of the dangers. She had no idea that this seemingly innocent vitamin was behind her suffering. This is why this story matters so deeply. Vitamin A, especially in its retinol form found in supplements and animal products like liver, is fat-soluble. Unlike water-soluble vitamins such as C or B complex that flush easily from the body, vitamin A accumulates in the liver and fatty tissues. Over time, too much leads to a toxic overload known as hypervitaminosis A. For older adults, this toxicity is even more perilous because liver function declines with age, diminishing the body's ability to process excess vitamin A efficiently. Many seniors take multivitamins that already contain enough vitamin A to meet daily needs, about 2,300 to 3,000 IU. Adding a high-dose supplement on top of that can unknowingly push them into harmful territory. In Clara's case, the excess vitamin A triggered pseudotumor cerebri, also called idiopathic intracranial hypertension, a condition mimicking a brain tumor symptoms. The increased pressure crushed her optic nerve, causing headaches so severe they sapped her spirit, blurred and double vision that frightened her, nausea that left her weak, and dizziness that robbed her of balance. Left untreated, this condition risks permanent blindness and cognitive decline as the brain struggles under the relentless pressure. Sometimes, it escalates to a medical emergency, demanding surgery to relieve the crushing force inside the skull. Clara's recovery was slow and arduous. After stopping the supplement, she faced months of close monitoring. Regular eye exams to protect her vision, repeated lumbar punctures to ease pressure, and a lingering fear that her body had betrayed her. "I thought I was doing the right thing," she told me one afternoon, her voice thick with disappointment and vulnerability. Who would have thought a vitamin could cause so much harm? Her confidence in her independence was shaken, and though her balance improved, a shadow of fear remained, a haunting reminder that even well-meaning health choices can have dark consequences. For seniors, it's crucial to know that the safe upper limit for vitamin A is about 2,500 IU per day. Even that should be approached with caution unless a deficiency is diagnosed by a healthcare professional. Most people meet their needs through a balanced diet rich in carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and eggs. Yet, countless supplements on the market boast doses far beyond these safe levels, often without clear warnings. Before you reach for that next bottle promising eye health or youthful skin, please pause. Read the label carefully. Ask yourself and your doctor tough questions. Do I truly need this? Does my multivitamin already cover my vitamin A needs? Could I be risking silent damage to my brain in pursuit of wellness? Because while vitamin A can indeed sharpen your vision and support your health, too much of it can cloud your future in frightening ways you never imagined. And if this hidden danger surprises you, brace yourself. There's another common vitamin, widely praised for heart health, that can stealthily wreak havoc on your blood pressure and brain. Stay tuned. 6. What to eat instead. Foods that fuel your brain without risking a stroke. Niacin, also known as vitamin B3, has long been hailed as a champion for heart health. It's everywhere, promoted as a natural solution to lower cholesterol, improve circulation, and support your cardiovascular system. You'll see it in heart health supplements lining pharmacy shelves, fortified cereals in grocery aisles, and even prescribed medications. For many older adults, especially those over 60 who live with a constant awareness of heart risks, niacin often feels like a safe and smart choice, almost like a guardian angel for their hearts. But what's heartbreaking and often overlooked is how dangerous high doses of niacin can be for this age group. The truth is, it can cause sudden, dangerous spikes in blood pressure, strain an already fragile heart, and even constrict the delicate blood vessels in the brain. This cocktail of effects can silently set the stage for devastating complications, including stroke. Let me share a story that has stayed with me. Mr. George Martinez, an 80-year-old retired firefighter from Arizona. George was a man full of life, pride, and grit, refusing to let age slow him down. He carried the spirit of his firefighting days into retirement, always active and upbeat. Yet, when he came to my clinic, he was struggling with unsettling symptoms. Intense facial flushing that left his skin burning and red, a pounding, almost terrifying sensation in his chest, and dizzy spells that hit him without warning every morning. His wife worried it was anxiety creeping in with age, while his son suspected a bad reaction to his blood pressure medicine. But the real cause was far more alarming. After careful investigation, we discovered George had been taking a heart supplement he ordered online, convinced it would protect him. The label's promises sounded perfect: support for cholesterol and better circulation. But buried in the fine print was a dangerous secret. Each serving contained a staggering 1,000 milligrams of niacin, and George was taking it twice daily. That's over 60 times the recommended amount for men his age, which is only about 14 to 16 milligrams. George had no idea that this seemingly harmless, over-the-counter supplement could be so potent, so risky. What was happening inside his body was like a ticking time bomb. High doses of niacin cause blood vessels to dilate quickly, leading to the infamous niacin flush. A hot, red, and sometimes itchy feeling on the skin. Initially, this dilation lowers blood pressure, but for someone like George, with pre-existing heart concerns, the body fights back. It triggers a rebound constriction of those vessels, pushing blood pressure dangerously high, straining the heart, and starving the brain of vital blood flow. Imagine the fragile arteries in the brain being hammered by this relentless cycle, dilating and constricting, leading to weakening and injury. George's story reached a terrifying climax when he experienced a transient ischemic attack, or mini-stroke. One morning, his speech slurred for a brief 2 minutes before clearing. He brushed it off as a one-time scare, but his wife insisted we take it seriously. Tests confirmed that his high niacin intake was causing harmful swings in blood pressure and cerebral blood flow. I had to be honest with him. The supplement he trusted to protect his heart was putting his brain in grave danger. This hard truth is one many seniors don't hear, yet it's crucial. Beyond blood pressure spikes, excessive niacin can cause irregular heart rhythms, worsen insulin resistance, increase diabetes risk, and constrict cerebral arteries, significantly raising stroke risk. For seniors with hypertension or heart disease, these effects can be catastrophic. Yet, niacin supplements are easily available, and many take them without medical advice, believing they're safe. George was lucky. After stopping the supplement, his symptoms faded, and no lasting brain damage was found. But the fear and shock lingered. "I just wanted to live longer, Doc," he said quietly. "I didn't know I was gambling with my brain." Now, George follows a simpler, doctor-approved plan focusing on diet and safe, low-dose supplements. His story is a powerful reminder. If you're thinking about niacin for heart health, be cautious. Always check labels for words like flush-free or time-released, and avoid doses above 50 milligrams unless prescribed. Most importantly, talk to your doctor first. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The recommended daily amount of niacin for seniors is modest and easily met with natural foods. Poultry, fish, peanuts, and whole grains all provide good sources. The heart and brain don't always agree on what's safe, and niacin's hidden risks underline how vital it is to make informed, thoughtful choices. If you want to protect both your brain and your heart, the answer is likely not found in a pill bottle, but rather on your plate. Real, nutrient-rich foods nourish your brain safely, helping reduce stroke risk without the dangers of high-dose supplements. If you're still with me, watching this video and learning alongside me, please leave a comment below with the number 3, so I know you're here. Thank you for investing your valuable time. Now, let's explore 6 brain-boosting foods that can protect you against stroke. After hearing about the hidden dangers in vitamins like A and niacin, it's natural to feel wary of supplements. And rightly so. Our bodies weren't designed to rely on concentrated nutrient pills. Instead, they thrive on whole foods that deliver vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants in balanced, bioavailable forms. For seniors, a diet focused on brain health stabilizes blood pressure, improves circulation, and lowers stroke risk far more effectively and safely than most supplements ever could. Consider Mrs. Linda Peterson, a 71-year-old retired librarian from Colorado. When she first came to me, she was overwhelmed by her supplement drawer. Pills stacked everywhere. Multivitamins, high-dose vitamin D, niacin, vitamin E, extra B vitamins, you name it. "I'm doing everything right, Doc," she said with conviction. But despite her efforts, her blood pressure was creeping up, she felt dizzy in the mornings, and her balance was slipping, raising fears about dangerous falls. We took a close look at what she was taking, cutting out the unnecessary and potentially harmful supplements. But the real breakthrough came when we focused on her diet. We built a simple, sustainable plan centered on whole foods. Breakfast became a joy. 1 boiled egg rich in protein and choline, half an avocado on whole grain toast for healthy fats, a handful of antioxidant-rich blueberries, and a glass of room temperature water for hydration. Some days, She added a small handful of walnuts for vitamin E and magnesium. No processed cereals or fortified snacks, just real food her body could easily use. In just weeks, Linda felt a remarkable difference. Her dizziness vanished, blood pressure steadied, energy soared, and her mind sharpened. "It's like a fog lifted," she told me, eyes bright with hope. What changed was more than just food. It was how she honored her brain's complex needs. The brain is a living, breathing organ, craving steady hydration, healthy fats, antioxidants, and reliable energy. Pills can't replicate the harmony of nutrients in whole foods or adapt as naturally to your body's needs. Here's a simple guide to brain-protective foods that help lower stroke risk and support cognitive health in seniors. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are loaded with folate, vitamin K, and antioxidants such as lutein. They calm inflammation and nourish healthy blood vessels. Aim for 1 to 2 cups daily, lightly steamed or raw in salads. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, are packed with omega-3s that improve blood flow, reduce arterial plaque, and protect brain cells. Try for 2 to 3 servings per week, baked or grilled. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, burst with polyphenol that fight oxidative stress and inflammation, shielding brain cells from damage. A half cup daily, fresh or frozen, is perfect. Nuts and seeds like walnuts, almonds, and flax seeds supply vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy fats that help stabilize blood sugar and support brain health. A small handful daily is plenty. Whole grains such as oats, quinoa, and brown rice offer steady energy through complex carbs, preventing blood sugar spikes that can harm cerebral circulation. 1 to 2 servings daily are ideal. Hydration matters. Water and herbal teas keep the brain sharp and blood pressure balanced. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses daily, adjusting for activity and weather. Linda's journey wasn't just about physical health, it was deeply emotional. "I thought those pills were keeping me alive," she admitted. "But really, they were slowing me down." By embracing real food over supplements, she reclaimed her vitality, balance, and confidence. Her story reminds us all that the best way to protect our brains, memories, and independence isn't through bottles of pills, but through the nourishing meals we choose every day. 7. Awareness, the most powerful medicine. After diving deep into the hidden dangers lurking in seemingly harmless vitamins like A and niacin, and uncovering the incredible protective effects of a brain-healthy diet, there remains one pressing, heartbreaking question. How many of our beloved seniors, day after day, unknowingly put themselves in harm's way? How many trust outdated advice or glossy supplement labels that promise miracles but deliver uncertainty and risk? The truth is, far too many. It's painful to admit, but the supplement industry is a vast, multi-billion-dollar empire, often fueled more by flashy marketing campaigns than solid scientific evidence. This industry preys especially on older adults, people who deserve safety and clarity, by offering empty promises of vitality, energy, and longer life. I've met so many seniors who, with the best intentions, buy into these claims, hoping for a miracle to keep their minds sharp and bodies strong. But the harsh reality is that no pill, no powder, no bottle can replace the simple, yet profound, power of awareness. Awareness is our greatest shield. It's about pausing to read those tiny labels, questioning those too-good-to-be-true claims, and most importantly, seeking guidance from trusted healthcare providers before inviting any new supplement into our daily routine. This kind of conscious, informed choice isn't just medicine, it's love and respect for ourselves. It's empowering, life-saving, and something every senior deserves to embrace. Thank you so much for watching and taking the time to learn about the real power of awareness when it comes to your health. Now, I want to hear from you. What is one important thing you've learned so far that you plan to bring into your daily life? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story could inspire others on this journey. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, we can build a community that values knowledge, care, and true well-being. See you in the next video.